Hello to all our friends, our stakeholders, everyone who has been supporting us all these years. We are now on season 3 of iGreyhound, and this is truly an opportune time for all of us to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for still being with us. And yes, as always, the team makes sure that our episodes are those that we have prepared well, and especially so that the university, Foundation University, is celebrating her Diamond Jubilee or her 75th year, and inasmuch as classes would soon be starting for the first term of the first semester, I think this is about time that we welcome another individual into the fold of the university, somebody who is really going to be on top of things, because you will be seeing him every day as you come to Foundation University. So friends, our dear viewers, may I introduce to all of you our university librarian in the person of Dr. Briccio Merced, although we call him Sir Bricks for short. Hi, Sir Bricks, and pleasant evening.
Yeah, pleasant evening also to you, Ma'am Cecil, and to our televiewers. Good evening to everyone.
Yes, thank you very much, sir, for accommodating our invitation. I know that we pulled you out of your busy schedule, especially that we are also preparing for accreditation and many other things. But let me say that this episode welcomes you into the fold of the university, and also this is our way of introducing you to our televiewers. Now,
thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, yes, sir. You bring a wealth of experience, no? Being a registered librarian, being somebody who has a licensed librarian, but being in a library, which is the hub actually of any university for that matter, I have to say that, is not only challenging, but perhaps something that you have to always be on your toes and be on top of everything and be in control of. Is that what you're feeling right now, sir, in this new job?
You're right there, because the library and information science field is totally different now from what it was when I graduated 43 years ago.
Oh my, not too long ago.
Not too long ago, that's correct. And I think the libraries have to cope with changing technology, which is about every 2 years, but now we are coping with, like for instance, you will be using iPhone, the next 2 months there is another version that is coming out. So that's also the same thing with information. So as a librarian, you have to feel what are the changing environments in the information field as well as information management.
Okay. So in other words, sir, in fact, let me also acquaint our viewers as to the degree program that those who would want to become librarians would be taking. No? It's like today, it's now Bachelor of
Library and Information Science.
Ah, okay. So it's BLIS, no? Bachelor of Library and Information Science. But in the past, as what you had mentioned,
it was only library science.
Ah, Bachelor of Library Science.
You graduate from a Bachelor of Science degree in Library Science, or a major in Library Science.
Oh, okay. Without integrating new technology today.
Yeah, there was no technology. The technology that we had before was only the typewriter.
Okay, yes, my goodness, no, but the ever reliable typewriter. So today, sir, no, especially so that we are now incorporating, no, or combining the best there is. Library science, the physical library, including information science. And digital media and so on, digital technology. How successful is the country? Maybe we can talk about the country in general, or generally, no? Perhaps in most schools. How successful are our schools, no, in combining both?
Yeah, I think in terms of search engines, most of our libraries are already into online systems. But the way that we are going to integrate databases, online databases and electronic resources is another matter altogether, because it's dependent on a number of factors, like for instance, connectivity, interoperability, meaning even if you have the connections, but how does this interoperate with your system in the library, as well as the applications that go into it. Then we have to talk about DRM for online databases. That's digital rights management. and the TLA, Technology Licensing Agreement. These are all things that we have to consider in the library. And it's not only national in scope, it involves transnational because our providers are from around the world.
I see.
So we have to think of the technologies that they have as well as the laws that go into all the electronic databases and resources that we are acquiring as an institution.
Okay. In other words, how do we operate? For example, here at Foundation University, how do we operate in such a way that we are able to satisfy all these requirements, all these things that you had mentioned, sir?
Yeah, we have to start with what we have at the moment. Like, we have an extensive collection of the print resources, although we need to replace some of them because they are already outdated. And then we have to think also of the repositories, meaning those that have been with the institution or the university that are already in digital format. And the hybrid format, meaning they are still in the print format and we have to convert them into digital format. So these are the three challenges that we have right now for the library. And to engage our users into that, we have to connect with them in the digital world. So we have to abide with what they want to research on and how they are going to solicit the information from the library.
So in other words, it's not enough that we have a printed material, no? We need to convert that into digital format.
Yeah, especially those that are produced by the library. When I say produced, meaning these are defended in the various programs of the university, such as capstones, feasibility studies, theses, and dissertations. I understand that these are in the different departments, so slowly we are connecting with them. If they have all of these, then we can put them online.
Or make them centralized, like put all of them as a repository would be the library?
And as the library should always be the repository for the institutional memory of the university.
Yes, right. But as you had mentioned, sir, it's not enough that we have these in physical form. Right. But again, I can understand, or we can all understand this, no? Because after all, like for example, if you have a pile of printed materials, no, that could, heaven forbid, that could be a fire hazard, no? We might lose them to, for example, termites and so on. But when they are in digital form or digitized, then they can be there forever, no?
That's not true all the time, because even if they are in the digitized form, you have to secure them. Also. So that is why it is always advisable that we have a backup server for all of this digitized format.
So that's
they
the
should
word,
be in different places. Not only in one place.
Places would be really physical
place, So we call it a backup server or a mirror server, so that in the event that there are events, then we can always withdraw wherever they are.
But that's a process, sir, no?
That's a process. It has to have a plan, really. It must have an IT plan. The university must have an IT plan for that. It's the same thing when you have resources, information from the registrar's office, the business office. So these are very important documents that we have to protect.
This is something that I think is always very relevant discussion, especially that here we are in a higher education institution. Of course, we cater to our clientele who are the students. Of course, not only students, but us faculty members, we also have our own like researches and so on. But in terms, sir, you mentioned about users, no, and how to encourage users. Are there, like, I don't want to compare, the past and today, but how often do our users come to the library? Talagang users, rather than like search for something online or perhaps read ebooks.
Maybe we can categorize our users into the following. There are those who are into print, who are more comfortable with traditional print. there are those who are comfortable with both print and the online system, and there are those who are comfortable with online databases. So we have to respond to all of these three categories, and to reach out to them in whatever form that they want to read an information that is very relevant to their instructional and research purposes.
Okay. Do we still keep, following up on what you had mentioned, sir, combining the traditional and also making sure that we are also attuned to the needs of the times. But in the past, of course, we remember we're library users, but isn't it that we have the online public access catalog, sir,
yes,
right?
yeah.
But that's manual, no? It's manual, it's physical. Online, well, of course, online public access, but it's also coupled with the index cards that where the titles are placed.
That's the catalog before. We moved from the book catalog.
Okay.
It's arranged like a book, then the dictionary catalog, then we had the card catalog.
Oh, the card catalog.
Then we have the electronic catalog.
Okay.
Then we now have the online catalog.
Okay.
When we say online, it's interconnected.
Yes, okay. So, we call it OPAC, right?
Yeah,
Online
OPAC,
Public Access Catalog.
Catalog.
And you presented very recently, actually, sir, to the administration, no?
That's right.
And, well, of course, I actually like the acronym, no? Because it speaks well of the university.
Yeah.
So, if I may introduce it to our viewers as well, it's Foundation FULIOPAC, no?
FULIOPAC.
Foundation University Library
Integrated
Online Public Access Catalog.
Catalog.
Yeah, in short, it's FULIOPAC,
FULIOPAC,
right?
yeah.
But please tell us, sir, without really going very technical, no, the salient features, no, maybe just the major ones, and how best can someone, no, who is watching us and those who are planning to come to the university make full use of this?
Yeah, the FULIOPAC evolved from the OPAC that we had before. But the difference is it's a totally different search facility for all FU users. It's integrated because we integrate everything on the catalog, meaning print, bibliographic data, online, electronic databases are already accessible via that platform. Integrated also in the sense that all of the libraries of FU collections are found already there. Like for instance, the main lib, and we have categorized them into the sections where they are located. Then we also have the law library, and we have the FPA, secondary and elementary. So you just choose which part of the OPAC you are going to search for a particular resource.
Okay.
So that's why it's called integrated. Integrated in a sense that physically we are integrating all the libraries as well as their resources together in one search facility.
Okay, which is now the FULIOPAC.
Which is now the FULIOPAC.
So, sir, again, for the benefit of those who would be coming to Foundation University, no? And even for those of us who have been here, we have a main library, right? We have the law library, and we have a library over at the Foundation Preparatory Academy. These are the three main libraries, physical.
At FPA, we will be starting to operate the grade school library.
Okay.
So it will be a separate unit from the FPA.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. I've been, of course, with the Foundation Preparatory Academy. They have a library there,
yes,
but it houses
both levels, basic and secondary education.
Okay, but now, as you had mentioned, there's going to be a separate grade school library, separate from the one that is existing now, sir.
Yeah, that's
wow.
right.
Very, very, very interesting, no? Sir, we were talking about users, no? And as you had mentioned, you'd like to satisfy, no, the needs as well as the requirements, perhaps we can call it as such, of those users in the library and those who would like to combine them. But today, the usage of our library, I wonder if we have the statistics, no?
Yeah, we do. All users that come into, especially the main library, they are going to have this entrance attendance.
Okay.
It's online also.
Okay.
And from, I think there were 7 pages before. We have reduced it to 3 now.
Okay.
Hopefully, we are going to reduce that to only 1.
Oh, yes.
By putting the ID of all users into an application, so they can just move faster at the entrance.
Okay. Well, what does the the information say? Is it a questionnaire?
Yeah, because we have to collect.
User, yeah.
We have to collect their data.
Yes, yes.
So they have to abide by the Data Privacy
Okay.
Act.
Oh, yes,
and,
yes, yes.
And why are they in the library?
Oh,
their
okay.
name, their
Right.
course, and the year.
Right, right. How easy is it for, without mentioning any particular course, no, for somebody who may be interested in some other resources but are not exactly in line with my course?
Yeah, for instance, in your course, if it is Broadcast 101, so
Okay.
you can use it there on the
Okay.
search engine. But the same search engine, you can also choose from the different information resources that you
Okay.
might want to
Okay.
research
Yeah.
on.
Which brings us actually, Sir Bricks, no, to the kind of classification system that Foundation University may be using or is using, and how would this equate, no, to the classification system being used by, let's say, universities in Dumaguete or Negros Oriental, and then let's move onwards to the country.
That's the beauty with the online system.
Okay.
Because you don't have to worry about the classification system,
yes,
because
yes.
as soon as you press search, it will display all the bibliographic data that you need.
Okay.
So, and it will display the location, the call number,
Okay,
etc.,
okay,
so on and so forth. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You go to the circulation desk or the librarian, and they will tell you where it's going to be located for a particular resource.
Go to the circulation desk physically, sir.
Yeah, physically.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to think aloud. In other words, it makes it easier for the user.
Yeah, for the user.
Okay. But there are users, no? I know of some users, not because they are library and information science students, no, not because of that, but they tend to memorize the how do you call it, the classification system, because they're just interested. For example, literature, okay, this is the classification number or something.
Yes, it's the same way with
Okay.
other classification systems. You also have a specific number for literature. For instance, in the Library of Congress, it's
Okay.
P.
Okay.
And the equivalent of that is 800 in the Dewey Decimal
Okay,
Classification. The only difference between LC and Dewey, aside from the fact that Dewey, this is already a certain kind of debate, Dewey just organizes knowledge into 10. And many are questioning, there are several knowledge that are being developed right now. Whereas LC categorizes knowledge into 21 areas.
Okay.
So it is 10 plus 1 over Dewey.
Okay.
And the way also that the Dewey organizes knowledge is also very questionable. And the other one is that LC is very expansive. In other words, almost all fields of knowledge are recorded by LC.
Okay. Okay.
It houses millions of records around the world, around 20 million from print, multimedia, online, and databases. So you can search it, and you can also download their records via their public access catalog, online public access catalog. So it's actually very easy on the part of librarians to catalog and classify resources, because we have a very reliable system with the Library of Congress. And besides the Library of Congress also, I mean the library itself, not the classification system.
Yes. Okay.
The library itself is very generous to the public, because it publishes all the 21 volumes free online. So you don't have to pay for classification materials and subject heading materials for that.
So in other words, sir, the resources that one may be looking for, all of these have already been digitized or available in the LC, Library of Congress?
Not all,
not
all,
no?
but they have a very extensive collection.
In other words, how long have they, how long did they do the work of doing all this so that it will all be digitized and available practically all over the
Of course,
world.
with the available resources that they have
Must
and
have
the
been.
money that they
Yes,
have
it must have
as
taken them
the superpower.
it must have taken them like what, years and
More than
years
decades
and years,
already.
decades actually. Yes,
Decades, actually.
decades, of course, no.
And what they did with, like for instance, the films, the photographs,
Right, yeah.
They have preserved this already, and they have digitized all of this.
Okay, so archives are something like archival
Archival
data,
materials,
and so on. Okay, including photos, maybe, no?
Yes, yeah.
Documents,
everything.
Yeah.
Everything that you want to.
Okay, as
research
old
on.
as what, 17th century?
Older than that.
Older than that, in fact, no? Yeah, like first book in the Philippines and so on, no?
Yeah. They have a very extensive collection of Filipiniana materials.
Okay, yes. But you know, I'm amazed, and I would say that like it's also it's magnanimous for them, not to do that, no? To make it easy for users, for us to have access to all these materials. But again, is there a substitute to going to a library physically? We have a number of public libraries in the city of Dumaguete.
Yes, yeah.
Our library here, I think, of course, is accessible, sir, no? Can we like open this to the
I think outsiders have to pay a certain amount
Yes,
before they can make use of our resources.
Yes, right. And even other schools, I think they do that.
They do
no?
that.
Yes, but it's there again. Well, it's good to combine both traditional and the modern, no? But is there a substitute to like really going to the library physically, reading a book, and holding it in your hands and flipping the pages?
Yeah. For instance, it's very easy for FU users, faculty, staff, students, and administrators, because as long as you have this number that you have with you, then you can access our online resources even outside of the campus.
Okay.
So that's easier on the part of the FU constituencies.
For online materials.
For online and all those that we have already digitized. I mean, put online. The digital collections that we have initially. I'd like to mention here that we already have uploaded capstones and feasibility studies of the School of Engineering and Industrial Technology. Then we also have uploaded thesis of the College of Agriculture.
Okay.
So I'm enjoining the rest of the colleges. If you don't don't keep them in your storage.
Correct.
Because we have a storage for that. Courtesy, this was provided to us by the MIS.
Oh, I see.
But we are looking forward to a more sophisticated storage facility for our resources, because this is for a lifetime.
Yes, right. So what do we have there now, sir, for the School of Industrial Engineering and Technology and the College of Agriculture? The capstone project of the students.
And thesis.
And thesis, yes. Okay. So these are physical copies, or then you converted them into...
Yeah, we have the physical copies. Then we also have the electronic copy. It is available online.
Online.
So they can read online.
Okay. So, but physical copies in the library?
In the library.
Okay, and then online you have also made this available online.
Online. We have attached the watermark.
Okay, yes.
So that it will not be copied.
Right. Yeah. Of course, with technology there are the pros and the cons, advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, that's a good way also of like ensuring that we do not infringe on anyone's copyright and also data privacy, as what you had mentioned. But again, the immensity of the resources that we have, especially here at Foundation. I've been to the library, of course, but yes, and then we have the so-called Foundation Niana, no? Foundation Niana, and especially that we are also well into preparing for the Handuraw 2, that's our history book, no, in preparation for the celebration of our 75th. This is our 75th year, but there are still so many things to look out for, sir. No? But for example, because we're talking about resources, physical, e-books, digital, online, and so on. But how about like films, for example? Okay, old films. How do we like preserve them?
We don't have collections of multimedia resources right now. I don't know where they are.
Okay.
So there must be an office in the university that is responsible for that. And if they can convert that to digitized form, it's better.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult to store the original reels and
Yes,
films.
yes, right, right.
We
right.
need a storage, a special storage for that.
Okay.
So if it's possible, if we can digitize them, it's better for the institution.
Okay. How about, well, there are classic books, sir, no?
Classic.
Mga classic, like Shakespeare books,
Yeah.
no? We have them. Or,
The beauty about the classic collections is that they are already in the public domain.
Meaning,
These are already available online. So if we don't have them anymore,
Okay.
or our collections are already dilapidated, then we can just connect with the public domain because it's available to everyone.
okay, okay. But suppose if
So Shakespeare is already in the public domain.
Okay.
I don't know with the other the
yeah.
other titles that we have. I'm looking at the possibility. Even Rizal's works
Yes,
are
yes.
already in the public
Noli
domain.
Me Tangere,
Noli Elfili, all his
Okay.
poems, etc.
Or even Doctrina Christiana.
Yes,
and so on.
they are already in the public domain.
Okay,
All that we've got to do is we link our folio pack to this public domain.
Okay. And it's
And-
readily accessible
Yes,
to
yes,
everybody. Okay.
If you are familiar
Okay.
with the DOAJ, Directory of
Okay.
Open Access Journals,
Okay.
that's millions upon millions of resources.
Oh wow, no. So in other words, we don't really need to like be frantic, no, about
Yeah.
losing all these classic books, no? Shakespeare and the other writers, perhaps Ernest Hemingway and others.
We should be thankful
Yes,
also
yes.
for those who are propagating what we call the free and open source system.
Okay.
Because they are the ones responsible for putting all of this in the public domain as well as in the open access category.
Okay.
We have the United Nations,
Okay,
the Asia
okay.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Most of the most of those from Europe are also into FOSS and
Okay, okay. Can you mention, Sir Bricks, maybe something that we can benchmark on, something, no? Although it may be too ambitious, perhaps, or well, at least it's good for us to like equate whatever resources we may have in the city
In
of
the
Dumaguete, with maybe what the best libraries in the world or something, whatever. Yeah.
In terms of resources,
Okay.
we have a long way to go.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
referring to the print,
Okay.
multimedia, and the electronic.
Yes.
But in terms of how to make these resources available to the reading public, as well as to the internal publics of FU, I don't like to say this, but
it's possible.
but we are moving ahead.
Okay. Oh, I think it's a good way to
We
say
are moving.
that.
We are moving ahead.
Yes.
In the right direction, I should
Yes,
say.
right. In other words, because after all, as I mentioned earlier in our episode tonight, the hub of a university, no, aside from other facilities that we have existing now, is actually the library.
That's
You
correct.
have to gravitate as a student, as a faculty member, to the library, whatever things you may be doing, no. And no, this is what I was thinking earlier because I mentioned film and so on. How important also is oral knowledge, sir? Recordings, for example. I was veering towards that area.
It's a good thing that you mentioned about that because
Yeah.
just recently I was able to research from the Filipinas Heritage Library.
Okay, sir. Online. You did it
Online.
Okay.
And they have a very extensive collection of Filipiniana resources from print, audio, visual, multimedia, etc.
Yes,
So
yes.
I stumbled upon this collection of Himig Filipino.
Okay.
So this is a collection of audio Filipino songs.
Really?
Audio Filipino songs
Okay.
that are available in their library. So what I did was to link with that, and even the songs of Sharon Conita, you can
Oh.
already play it
Wow,
online
how
via
nice.
the folio pack. We
So
call
through
it
our Folio
yeah,
pack,
we
huh?
call it
Oh.
the Phil Online. You click on the Phil Online, and it's going to play the music that.
So it's now integrated into
Yeah,
our.
it's integrated in our Folio
Wow,
pack.
can you imagine that?
And
No?
we are still researching for other
For other,
resources.
yeah. The reason also, sir, why I mentioned that, and it's a good thing that we were able to talk about that, no, and perhaps more lengthily the next time around, is these are all very important resources.
Yes, these are all
Audio,
recordings.
yeah, recordings,
Filipino recordings.
oral knowledge,
Oral
no,
knowledge.
print, and so on, and part of research as well.
That's right.
Yeah. So these are all available in our Folio pack. So in the few minutes that we have left, Dr. Bricks, I know that we have many things to discuss, but of course we're limited
And we
by
have
time.
many things to do with the library.
Yes, many
also.
things to discuss here in the show, and then many things for you to do. Like, yeah, maybe you can give a shout out to your staff in the library in the few minutes that we have left. Yeah, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, to my staff, I always tell them
Yes.
that we just have to do the job that we are going to do.
Yes, yes.
And let's not compete among ourselves, but let's compete by ourselves.
Yes, right.
And let's not also compete with the other institutions
Yes,
around.
yes,
If
yes.
you want to benchmark, go benchmark.
Okay, okay.
But we have to listen to people on the ground, what they want from us, how they want us to deliver what they want. And at the end of the day, we are able to satisfy their curiosity for the information that they are looking for and the query that we are able to answer them.
And yeah, in addition also to that one, Sir Bricks, since the university is preparing for the accreditation or re-accreditation of certain programs,
We are focused on five.
5 for this coming November,
For this coming
yes,
November.
right? How extensive has your preparation been, if I may ask that, sir?
Yeah, we have already, we have also introduced another platform.
Okay.
Like for instance, if you are going to look for resources in BS Criminology, you just put their BS Criminology on the search box and it will display all the resources of BS Crim.
Yeah.
If you want Criminology 101, you just type there CRM 101 and then it will display all the resources also of Crim 101
Okay.
in hypertext markup language,
Oh,
meaning
okay.
it's already connected. It's not, we are not into the listing anymore, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
no.
yes,
You
yes.
just click on the link and it will display all the resources that we have.
Ay, okay.
All the resources that we have
Okay.
from the latest to the oldest.
Okay. But that's one area only, sir, no?
Yes.
Like, for example, criminology. Then other areas you're working on them.
We're working on them
Oh.
because there are new programs that we have to also acquire resources
Okay,
from.
okay. Yeah.
Like I think the Broadcom.
Yes, yes.
Broadcom.
Yes, especially so that the description of our courses really is on interactive and emerging media.
Ah, okay.
Yes, that's the one, sir. But yes, very, very, we are very appreciative of the fact that not only in the broadcast communication program or in criminology, but the other programs as well, no? Very easily accessible. Something like at our fingertips, they're all there, no? These are all digital, sir, in format.
It's a combination. We have the bibliographic for the print.
Okay.
And there are also digital resources that might go into a certain degree.
Okay. So in other words, as what we were talking about earlier also, we can combine both, no?
Yes,
If you want to physically go to the library, you can find
can,
yes,
yeah.
okay. Or digitally, then
Yes.
it's also there. Yes. But again, sir, on a personal note, no? Being a librarian, I know that you have really done so much, especially in ensuring that all our resources are
Intact.
found online, intact, and everything. But personally, sir, would you rather go to a physical library, read the books, and hold it?
You know what?
in your hand?
There is this book, Living with Books,
Okay.
by Haynes, one of the authors in our subject on collection, acquisition, and development.
Okay.
She said there is no substitute
Okay.
for the pages of a book.
Right.
And you smell.
Yes, I know. Yeah, the ink and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. How really nice.
And so it
Yeah.
motivates you to read forward.
Right.
That
Yeah.
means you go online and
Right, yes. And perhaps
That's it.
there may be certain issues that we may have in our
Yes.
eyes and everything, no? Or even connectivity
So
issues for
there
that
is
matter.
really no substitute for the
What is
pages
yeah.
of a book.
The title is
Living with Books.
Living with Books. Yes, I think we can even get lost in a library, sir. Right?
That's right.
It's a paradise for the bookworms
That's
and
right.
everyone and the bibliophiles, as they say. So, sir, yeah, very quickly, sir. Perhaps you have a message for the academic community, perhaps even for those who would want to visit our library here, our students who would be enrolling for the coming academic year. Let's hear it from our
I'll
university
start with our
librarian.
students. For all your research purposes and requirements, you just visit our online public access catalog, the Folio Pack, and you will see all of the resources there. For our teachers as well, we encourage them to put their resources, whatever resources that they have, if these are online, to link with us so that we can put them online, as well as for our administrators. I think our future project will be to be able to link the syllabi of our faculty members so that the students will just view it online and then go to the exact address or HTML of a particular resource. That's our foremost objective in the future. Right now, we are really reorganizing the library physically. So we combine all of the print resources on one floor of the library. Then we have the reading area on another floor, and the maker spaces on another floor. So that we will be able to manage them effectively, given the very limited resources that we have.
And then of course we can go there to study, no? Read books and others. No? Yeah, very nice. Do we have a place very quickly, sir, for discussion, for example?
Yeah, we have a room for discussion
very
purposes.
nice. Yes. Wow, sir. Yes, as you had mentioned, you have a lot of things to do in the library, but slowly but surely, as they say, no, we're starting there and we're going to that particular
Baby
direction.
steps.
Yeah, baby steps. That's what you said. It. Yes, very nice. And introduce it also to the accreditors who will be coming very soon. Yes,
in November.
okay.
And we will also have an orientation, a general orientation for all students this coming
for the
August, and we are coordinating with the OSL for that.
Right.
And for degree programs who may want to have a separate orientation, we are also conducting.
Wow, daghang salamat, Sir Bricks. No, I know that
Welcome.
you have a lot of things in your hand, but at least you had introduced the Folio Pack to our viewers, and also to invite them to utilize our library, both physically and also, of course, online. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. We hope to have you in our future episodes also, especially if there are developments in the library.
Yeah,
yes,
pohon.
hopefully, yes, God willing. Yeah, so with that, friends, we bring to a close another episode. Now on season 3 of iGreyhound, we have just been talking to our university librarian, Dr. Briccio Merced, and yes, we invite you all to come to Foundation University, your institution of choice. Thank you very much once again to Miss Rofi of Yvonne's Closet for my clothes on the show, as always. This has been Cecile Henove bidding everyone a pleasant evening.
Since its inception in 1949, Foundation University has carved a place in academia, the home of the Greyhound. This school is a vanguard of technology, innovations, strategy, collaboration, and new directions towards excellence and quality. It has grappled with various challenges, most recently the worldwide pandemic. Its faculty and staff, students, and alumni remain true to the core values of excellence, commitment, integrity, and service. Foundation University will soon celebrate its Diamond Jubilee anniversary. It stands ready for what the future holds. We have built a community of influence started by founder Dr. Vicente G. Cinco. It is committed to a mission of making education accessible to all. On our 75th, Foundation University thrives to consistently realize its mission and vision. strives to be relevant in the exigencies of the times, comes alive despite circumstances, and in the process makes a headway for a high five to the rest of the world.
High five!